John 4:50. Lege auto ha Jesus, paruu, ha huiasu ze, epistusen ha anthropos to lago han apen auto ha Jesus, kai eparueta. Here Jesus responds to the royal official's request for his child's healing. We read, Jesus said to him. Notice that narrative or historical present. We're expecting that quite a bit with verbs of speech or verbs of motion. This is what Jesus said. He said, go or depart. This verb here is, of course, from the lexical form paruamai, one of the first verbs many of you learned, and it means to go, to travel. When we write it out there, we see the omai ending. We say, oh yeah, this is one of those middle only or middle preference verbs. Verbs of motion frequently prefer the middle voice. And if you think about it, a verb of motion is a very subject-affected verb, so that doesn't surprise us. We see the present stem here. We see this ending. This is just a present middle imperative, second person singular. And again, verbs of motion have a strong preference in the imperative for the present tense, right? So Jesus said to him, go, your son lives. This verb here, ze, is just from zao. Zao means I am alive. Notice this is an alpha contract verb, so that's why we have a little bit of a strange spelling there. But the form up here is just present active indicative, and it's a third person singular. I think many, just based on the literary context, many English translations will put this as a future. Your son will live. Your son will recover. We read then, the man believed, right? Notice the augment there. Notice the sigma. That's, of course, just an aorist active indicative. That's a third singular ending. The man believed the word. Don't forget that the verb pistuo frequently takes a dative object. That's why to lago's in the dative. The man believed the word which Jesus said to him, and he departed. Or many English translations will render this imperfect here as, and he started out on his way. The imperfect can refer to the beginning of an action depending on the context, and that seems to fit because as we go on, in the next verse we'll encounter the man in the midst of his journey. So this can't be summarizing his whole journey. He started off on his way, right? This is an imperfect, middle indicative, third person singular. Either he was going or he started off on his way.